Damn you, Henrik growls hoarsely as he tries to get up, driven more by rage than by physical strength. I will strangle you both myself. Marasai nonchalantly kicks the arm Henrik is using to prop himself up, and he tumbles to the ground. That seems unlikely, monkey. Both your fates are now mine to decide. Servo drives wine under the tech priest's scarlet robe in a dogged but fruitless attempt to lift his body. The inferior flesh has betrayed me. You must be punished. It's poorly. You must have punished it poorly, Iron Monkey. No matter. As a captive, you will learn how to apply the art of torture to make it fear the very thought of betrayal. Marasai takes a close look at your companion, smirking in agony, squirming in agony. Then gestures nonchalantly to someone you cannot see. Bring in the injectors. The monkey I promised to Tervantias are among them. I do not want these wretches to move an inch until they are in the hands of the Archmachinator. As for you, there is a disturbing gleam in the Dracon's eyes. You will have your share of paralyzing dreams too, but I am going to keep you. You are far too precious to be surrendered to a madman playing with fire. Okay, let's see. Devious Xenos, I will see you both dead. You will rue crossing me again. Marasai clicks his tongue and shakes his head. You disappoint me, monkey. I have heard the pleas of millions and the curses of billions. You can do better. His last words fill your head like a deafening echo of a ship's siren. The gas creeps in deeper into your lungs, eating away at them hungrily. As the agony spreads down your very limb, you are suffocating. Are you enjoying the sensation? I have this poison made for you. Who could have thought that the monkey would one day earn such an honor, a special gift from a Dracon? But you're suffering. The Xeno leans closer to you. I knew the taste would be exquisite were I to add a touch of the Drukhari's talent for extracting anguish. However, there will be time for that later. No matter how I wish to play with you all one after another, I need you for a purpose. Rogue Trader, Kamo Rug awaits you. All of you. Mandrakes, take them. Leave none behind. Okay, so we're slaves to Dark Eldar now. That's interesting. Oh. Your consciousness emerges from an ocean of darkness and nightmares, as if someone's powerful hand reached into the depths and brought you into the light. In the dark room, long and angular shadows move around and exchange remarks. One of the shadows approaches you, ripping apart the veil of pain and revealing features that look familiar to you. You are awake, monkey. Marasai's voice is sickeningly sweet. He is looking at you with idle interest, rolling a soft and milky-colored object from one hand to the other. Our toxin master spread no effort to drag you out of the induced dream. I must commend the nightmare weavers. The emanations of fear you exuded in your delirium are worthy of the highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you were brought here for. It is time to work for the good of the Cabal, rogue trader. Burn in the Emperor's scorched light, you filthy Xenos. Marasai clicks his tongue and gently caresses the object in his hands with the claw of his glove, making it emit a little squeal. It looks like you have acquired a taste for pain, monkey. Have it your way, then. Resist the inevitable and know a new facet of suffering. The Drukhari gestures the one of the shadows near you, and your head is forced backwards. Marasai brings the hand holding the strange object closer. You manage to make out translucent, glossy skin, blushing, pulsating organs beneath, and the little head with the severed jaw before the Drukhari pushes the larva into your face. Caroused has failed. Okay, so he put a parasite in my head. Carouse. 45. Oh, it's a toughness test. I don't have a lot of toughness. Sensing warmth, the creature springs into motion a moment later. As it blindly pokes at your skin, it discovers your nostril and rushes forward, stretching the skin and tearing through the mucous membrane. Unbearable pain overwhelms you as the larva begins to force its way through the soft tissue and cartilage, each of its movements causing a crunching noise to reverberate through your skull. The creature greedily bites into the flesh and moves ever upward, past the bridge of your nose, past your eyes, and then something alien invades your consciousness. Darkness clouds your eyes, but the sensation of an alien presence does not relent. This is not a conscious mind, but something primitive yet unbelievably strong in its unknowable pursuit. It is crawling around in your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing their shape. Perhaps all this is just a bad dream, a quirk of the intellect exhausted by endless troubles. A calumny of mind too weak for the burden it was made to carry. A strange light dawns at the edge of your perception.
You have disappointed us, rogue trader from Valancius.
Okay, so this is Dream World again, I think. We have identified the breed of Xenos that pose this threat, the Eldari, humanity's ancient and insidious foes. What's this? Got another ghost over here. The Lord Captain have received an astropathic message from Dragonos. Achilles Scalander reports a Xenos raid against a merchant ship in Gartrafel's Calamity. I think this is like the past.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
How is it that you were the only soul who managed to escape the trap on Rikard Minoris? How much truth is there to the rumors that the heretic Conrad Vogtier is spreading about you? That was nobles? Do my eyes deceive me? Explain yourself, Alan Tuck. Why is there such... What happened?
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
So that's a fear. Every exposed area of Argenta's skin is mottled with intricate patterns of scarlet blisters, crimson indentations, and shard tissues. So we found the dead Argenta. Who's this then? All of the cold traders' bones were broken. Her augment's arm was ripped from its socket, and the bones of every finger of the remaining hand are twisted and sticking out of a strange angle. I don't know who this is. Cold trader. Pascal's augments were separated, but not extracted from his body. The places where they connect to the organic tissue teem with predatory millipedes feasting on coagulated blood and accumulated pus.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Abelard's limbs were amputated and then sewed back onto his body with remarkable skill and precision using human tendons. Okay, so we're a little bit of a nightmare scenario, it seems. Yeah, and
The tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
And here comes our principal witness, the rogue trader himself. Henrik gives you a cold look. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, his testimony will conclude this confusing case, full of oath-breaking lies and heresy. You dragged this boy into the trials and now expect someone will lend an ear to a lowly heretic testimony? I thought better of you, Interrogator von Klaus. I was so very wrong. Theodora. Sounds harsher and angrier than you remember. Lord Inquisitor makes a vaguely dismissive gesture. Enough, let him speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Then let us continue. Shielded by the powers of the Variant of Trade, guaranteed by the Imperium, Theodora von Valancius more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. You have never seen such a contemptuous grimace on the interrogator's face. She plunged her entire protectorate into apostasis and heresy, including the current rogue trader, and went out of her way to prevent the Inquisition and me personally from maintaining order inside the Expanse. Does the rogue trader admit to fraternizing with the Xenos, serving them as a puppet and rejecting the God Emperor's blessing light for the sake of his heretical desires and base profit? Requires iconoclast, adherent. The Xenos is gone. Why is the Lord Inquisitor here? And the Theodora's reanimated corpse too. Didn't she die? Everything's wrong here. We'll take that one. Died, you say? But who are you talking to if I did? Get one simple truth into your empty head. Your role in these events is negligible. You shall think me the emperor on the golden throne if I so choose, and think me dead if it strikes my fancy. But this is not what matters right now. Just looking in your direction makes me sick. Why must I speak to the filth? The last words are obviously meant for the court, not you. Okay, I don't know what's happening there. Henriks bends over you with a crooked smile. Rogue Trader, are you alright, or was your heretical association with Xenos so disruptive that you lost your mind? The mocking words do a little to hide his irritation. The interrogator is obviously displeased with the turn the conversation is taking. The Inquisitor, Inquisitor leans forward slightly at the sight of your anguish for a brief moment. The boredom in his eyes is gone. It was amusing, but the joke has outstayed its welcome. It is painfully obvious. This heretic is dancing to your tune, his words against mine. You had lost before you even unsheathed your blade, Henriks. You need not worry, dear Lord Captain. It was not my intention to bring up unsupported claims. Henriks produces a data slate and skillfully manipulates the device until he locates the necessary information. The Rogue Trader uncovered the crimes of an Eldari on the most important agri world of the Von Valancius Protectorate, which feeds many Imperium colonies in the Expanse. But instead of purging the planet from the Xenos menace, he allowed the Inhumans to take refuge in the shadows of his power. You are corrupting Janusian society, even as we speak, and who knows, perhaps another rebellion will not be long in coming. The Rogue Trader has often been accompanied by a Xenos companion, and thought the warrant of trade does allow one to grant sanctions for individual specimens. What is this if not a confirmation of the Von Valancius family's loyalty to the enemies of humanity? The Rogue Trader's ties to the Drukhari, a different subspecies of Eldari, are just as obvious. Who else could help in divine the carefully prepared plans of the Drukhari, if not other Drukhari? Since the Von Valancius always ended up in the location for the next Drukhari raid, knowing for certain where they were going to strike. Submit to the illusion. Both choices go there. Plead guilty. I did cooperate. Okay, so both choices I accept that I am a traitor. Let's take the one where I cooperated, but I don't go against the God Emperor. Cooperating is a double-edged sword. Sometimes you use your partner, and sometimes your partner uses you, which is what happened to the Rogue Trader. Lady Theodora used him to undermine the standing in the Imperium in the Expanse. The tribunal remained silent, although those present cast anxious glances at your predecessor. At this point, the tribunal probably wants to know what the true intentions of the von Valancius dynasty are. The rogue trader claims he has been waging war against the Drukhari this entire time, except, was there really a war, or was it another carefully staged performance? Henriks is looking at you closely, almost without blinking. Allow me to explain what actually happened. Svinto von Valancius personally invited the Drukhari to his worlds, and then used the strength and resources to sow chaos in the expanse to gain leverage over his rivals. It is very convenient to play the victim while working with those who rob your neighbors blind and terrify the worlds that pay you tribute. How much did you profit from this rogue trader? Did you think I would not uncover your pathetic conspiracy? Let's do willpower here. Enough of this circus, Henriks. I did not set up any attacks. Oh, success. Rogue trader. Henriks addresses you through clenched teeth. You are destroying your only chance to make yourself useful to the Inquisition and me personally. Do not tempt fate and do not resist the examination. Are you really saying your war with the Drukhari was not a hoax? Then how did you and your foolish subjects know the coordinates of the enemy's ships every time? How did you know their targets? Do you think your expert on all things Xenos was screwed enough to divine the careful, decisive plan of the Cabal's finest? No. Only the Drukhari could do that, and even then only a few. This means you were in collusion with them. Bull-headed stubbornness does not befit a man of your pedigree, rogue trader. But since you have decided to deny everything, I will summon another witness, and I am sure everyone will find it interesting to explore this sordid story from another angle. Iliad silently takes a graceful step forward. If the court so desires, my speech will run like a river and wash away your doubt. I found a shard of my home in the rogue trader's chamber, an entire craft world vanished among the stars. The only clue to its face rests in the hand of this monkey. That was when I began to suspect that he had something to do with the misfortune that has befallen my crew de Rac. Do not be deceived by his breed. There is a cunning predator lurking beneath the fluttering of fragile butterfly wings. The monkey before you is a bizarre amalgamation of qualities not usually inherent to his feeble species. He has mastered the mysteries of many of this world's cultures, the secret of the universe and ancient artifacts, the fine art of war, the intricacies of deceit, all embodied in a single monkey. However hard it may be to believe. However, the thread that bound our path broke the moment I realized the monkey's involvement in the disappearance of my home. To flee the rogue trader, I tracked down and eliminated his chief tracker, who has pursued our kin in this part of the galaxy for many years, and thus earned the clemency before this court. So, Achilles did not simply vanish, you helped him disappear. Henriks nods curtly. I say he had only himself to blame. An agent who cannot recognize an impending threat is useless. Lord of the Imperium. No, this is wrong. No court in the Imperium would ever admit the testimony of a Xenos. You are only allowed to speak when questioned, but since the rogue trader is so eager to make his voice heard, by all means do. The court is curious to know what you gleaned from this interrogation. Let's see. Is all you got, Xenos? I expected a better performance. I hope I succeed in spoiling your little show, Marasai. I am nothing but a puppet in this charade. Everything has taken place at this trial is a vicious lie. Let's take number 2. Try to break the fantasy. I hope I succeed in spoiling your little show, Marasai. All you had to do was submit, useless monkey. Trust me, you will pay for your antics 100 times over. You like jokes, do you? I will cut your filthy mouth wide open from ear to... Enough. After the spell is lifted, staggering pain pierces your body, darkness clouds your vision, and nausea creeps up your throat. But the wounds you manage to forget soon remind you that you are still alive. Archon Nasrakay, muffled clapping tears you from the vice of agony. The Drukhari in the center of the chamber observes you coldly from under the golden mask, causing your insides to clench. A Drakon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest has been cast down by his own ineptitude in an attempt to take part in Tylian I Calatril. Never did I think that my eyes were destined to behold the greatest disgrace for a Dark One, a true born humbled by a lowly creature before the Council of Archons. Let's see. Xenos -30. Yeah, we're not good at Xenos. Look at Marasai, look at Irliet. Look at the Drukhari upon the throne. One half of his face is hidden behind a golden mask with an intimidating visage. The other half is showing a malicious, sharp-toothed leer. The Xenos' elaborate armor is decorated with skulls and patches of human skin impaled on countless blades and hooks. He carries himself with authority and ease, as though he is the ruler who holds the thread of fate of all those present tightly in his grasp. Look at Marasai. There is a genuine terror in Marasai's gaze, but his face remains impassive and calm. At one point he catches your eye and you can clearly see he's lusting for blood, your blood. Let's look at Irliet. Irliet absorbs every word, occasionally winching in pain and covering her weeping wounds. Her posture and gestures are full of tension. Like prey covered by a pack of predators, Irliet shrinks under the hungry stares of those around her. We're probably gonna fail this one. Look at the female Drukhari. We failed. The Xenos looks menacing. Perhaps she is the personal guard of the Drukhari sitting on the throne. Listening to the conversation. With the greatest respect, mighty Sarakay, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, first among the chosen, voice of the Overlord of the Dark City, bringer of demise, conqueror of 100 worlds. Nasrak Hay dismisses Marasais like a bothersome fly. The Council of Archons has heard enough platitudes, Drakon Marasai, and no longer wishes to. Sly intrigues, ruthless shield to jagged eyes, turned lips and tongues. Yeah, it goes too fast sometimes.